Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. We're still with Clark Vitulli. And Clark, this is kind of a little bit different than the last question, but similar. What are the most popular topics you coach on?
Yeah, some of the biggest are my team. Do I have the right team? And that's such a powerful question, because if you're the founder of the company, you put that team together. And if you're not, and maybe you're a second generation, you work with that team a lot. So being surrounded by and having the right team is absolutely critical. So we talk with the CEO and or the entrepreneurs that started the company. What do you think you need in a team? And in today's environment, will those qualities work, or does that team need to change? Or are they all the same age that you are, depending on what that is, and so they have your philosophies? I'm a big fan of millennials and getting new people in an organization. Yeah. They think differently, they act differently, they behave differently, and I think that that's powerful. So we spend a lot of time talking about leadership teams.
You know, millennials are awesome.
Awesome.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have two of them in my family as well, and they're doing great out in the business world, and I love it, and a lot of nieces and nephews as well, so I'm a big fan of millennials.
The millennials I know are sharper than I was when I was where they are.
Oh, absolutely. I feel exactly the same way. This is one reason why they are, because they have the access to all data all over the world that we didn't have.
Yeah. Okay, so and let's talk a bit about culture. That's always a biggie. So how do you address culture when you're helping folks?
Well, it's the four basic things about culture that I really believe in, and that's growth and change and accountability and fit. And we do some deep dives on each of those four areas, and sometimes give examples and get examples on why, if it was not the right fit in the first place and the wrong person is in the organization, and sometimes CEOs will say, well, our lack of growth is not my fault, it's Fred over there or Sally or whoever. Yeah, wait a minute. How did they come into the organization? You probably hired them. How did you onboard them? How did you train them? So fit is big, accountability and growth and change. And while a lot of people don't like change, other aspects of change they want to make more money, they want to rise in the organization, they want things that are different and better. I want to be able to get a new car. Well, that's interesting. You're not going to get those without change, so that's the way organizations are as well.
Right. Yeah, those are all
big factors.
And the accountability goes all the way to the top.
Really does.
You know, I hate it when with leaders where whatever's wrong is someone else's problem.
That's one of the biggest things that I coach on when I'm in groups of 15 CEOs sitting there. Men and women know one thing. Whatever happens in your organization that you don't like, it is always our fault. It is always our fault. No, it's not. No, it's our fault.
That's,
always. No discussion. It's our fault. And then we give examples of how, I guess at the root cause, I am the problem.
Yeah. And you know, I like the saying, whatever the problem, the solution is whatever the issue, the problem's at the top.
That's correct.
You know, and there's always something that folks could do differently.
That's correct, Pete. That's correct.
So you founded, and we don't have a whole lot of time left, but you founded America's Power Sports, which grew very quickly. In a minute, what would you tell folks who are getting started?
Well, you want to be sure that you're financially well-founded, and I worked with a private equity company to help do that. I put everything that I had, and they backed me as well, and that was a big factor. So finances is one, and the everything else after that is about people and processes. And so from employee and partner number one, how are you going to grow the organization? And every single human being that you bring on after that has got to be right for the culture, right for what it is you're trying to do. And that's what it really comes down to. So surround yourself with the right people, be sure that you have financial backing. Yeah,
and make sure you get processes and procedures in place. You can't scale if you don't.
Not without it. That is absolutely correct, Pete.
Yeah. Well, it has. Thank you for being with us.
You're so welcome. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gents, we'll see you next week. Remember to check out scorenashville.org.
You bet. Thank you, Pete.
Yeah.